So you've taken a medical billing and coding course, and now you need to know how to get a job. If you'd like to find out, then please keep watching. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is Tamika from TJ Duncan the Woman, and I'm here to tell you 4 tips on how to get a medical billing job. The first thing I'd like to tell you though is after you've gotten your medical billing and coding certificate, decide whether or not you want to stick with coding or billing. Because medical billing and coding courses usually come together, but they are 2 different jobs. So decide whether you want to be a biller or a coder. In this channel, we'll be discussing billing, medical billing, because I'm a medical biller, so we'll be discussing all things medical billing. So after you've decided whether or not you want to do billing or coding, let's start off with the tips. So the first tip is to apply for jobs online. You can apply to places like ZipRecruiter, Indeed. I think there's one that's called career.com. There are different sites online that you can apply for medical billing positions. On these sites, you can specifically apply for a medical billing position. So you can type in the search box, remote medical billing or medical biller, and they will pull up specifically medical billing jobs. Especially because we're in this time during this pandemic, a lot of employers have decided to do remote jobs and do remote billing. So this is a way for you to get a billing job, at-home billing job. Some of them are where you have to go into work for, and they have entry-level positions. So although you may not have any experience, you just have a certificate, they'll still give you an opportunity. So the first thing I would do is apply to the jobs online. The second thing I would do is apply to your local doctor's offices. So depending on where you live, you might have a lot, you might have few, but there's usually some doctor's offices somewhere in your area. So applying to a doctor's office is a good way to get your foot in the door. Now, you don't have to apply specifically for a medical billing position, because most likely you might not be able to get in that way, especially because you don't have previous experience. So if you apply for a front desk position, you might apply for a medical receptionist, even an office manager. Actually, that's the way that I got into doing medical billing. I was the office manager and the bookkeeper for an ophthalmologist's office. And maybe a year and a half in, the person who did the medical billing was leaving. And that's when I got my opportunity to do the billing, and the rest is history. So you can apply for a job that might not be what you want exactly right now, but eventually you can get in that position. Number 3, I would apply to hospitals. So again, wherever you are, you probably have, whether it's one hospital or many hospitals, you have a hospital somewhere in your area, and in that hospital, they need to do the billing. Most of the time in hospitals, they have a billing department. Unlike with doctor's offices, especially small doctor's offices, there's not really a department. I mean, there might be an area, there might be one person or 2 people, depending on how big the office is and how many physicians they have. But with a hospital, most likely you'll have a billing department. And in that department, you'll have different areas. So you might have someone who do payments, someone who does patient statements, someone who does denials, someone who does agent reports. So you can get your foot in the door by applying for one of those positions. Even though those positions are a part of the revenue cycle, which is medical billing, or a part of medical billing, you can get your foot in the door by applying for one of those jobs. So you might not do everything that's involved in doing medical billing, but you might be able to get in as the person who posts payments, and that can get your foot in the door. All you need is your foot in the door, because then from there you can learn, you can, educate yourself, you can do many things to be able to get where you want to be. So just to get your foot in the door is a good idea. Then number 4, I would volunteer. So if I am already in a place, if I'm like how I was, if I was already in a doctor's office or in a hospital, in a facility, and I'm doing like I said, maybe bookkeeping, you're doing bookkeeping, and you decide you want to do medical billing. You might go to the person who does the billing and you might say, when I'm not busy, do you mind if I help you with some of your work? Do you mind if I, help you post payments? Or if you're falling behind and there's anything you need me to do, I don't mind doing it. Now, you won't get paid for this, but you'll get paid in experience, because that's what people are looking for, that you know what you're doing. So if you can get any little experience that you can get, take it. So if you have to volunteer at your job that you're already at, or even if you're not at the job, let's say you know someone who works in a doctor's office and you don't necessarily work. And let's say you ask them, well, maybe on the weekends, if you guys have any projects, I don't mind volunteering to help you guys catch up. So people appreciate that. And sometimes when you're just the only medical biller and you have all the parts, you have the denials, the eligibility and verifications, you have payment posting, you have all these parts to do, you might fall behind. So having someone help you, you might want someone to help you. So asking to volunteer is a great way to get your foot in the door and maybe eventually be able to get a job. So let's recap the 4 ways to apply for jobs. You can apply online with the online job sites. You can apply with your local doctors, you can apply with your local hospital, and you can volunteer with these doctors or the hospitals. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something from this. And if you are someone who have taken a medical billing and coding course, I'd like you to put down below which one you prefer. Do you prefer coding? Do you prefer billing? Do you like both of them? As for me, I have a coding certification and I have a billing certification, but I have a love for billing. I do not like coding. I love billing, but they do go hand in hand. And so that is why I got both certified in coding and billing, but you don't have to. You can be either a coder or a biller. So leave me a comment below. Let me know which do you prefer, coding or billing. And I hope to bring you more videos like this where I can give you some tips. If you have anything you want to know, please leave it down below. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.